I got it, guys. Okay, I figured it out. I figured it out. I got it. Okay, hold on. So I'm here. Now I'll go here. Here. And let's make sure that we'll get on with this, guys. I know y'all like, what the heck, browser? Hey, man, don't blame it on me. I'm just trying to get my life together. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready. So we're live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. Okay. Let's see here. One new message. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So here we go. All right. I'm sorry about that. So we were talking about what is it like? How do you drawing the head shape before drawing the features inside, and also about capturing the emotion in the caricature before you start trying to draw a caricature in the first place. I think it's important that you learn to be able to see the end result. So what I've done here is I got some emojis here. If you've been drawing with me for a while, you've probably seen me do something similar to this before. This particular model we were working with where it was, let me see if I can, I'm going to go ahead and actually, let's see here. Okay. We're going to go back over here. Okay. And then we're going to have to work from down here. So all of my models are now going to be over here instead of on the screen. Okay, guys? All right. So let's see. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's kick it back on. I said we can start all over again. Okay, so we're gonna cover two things in this live stream. We're gonna cover one, drawing head shapes before features. That's what I'm gonna practice today. And then I'm also going to practice emotion before drawing. What is my character feeling in this moment? So we need to know that. Excuse me. Yeah, we can do drawing requests if you like to, guys. So, what does my character feel like in this moment? All right. Now, guys, on TikTok, if you are having any problems seeing what I'm doing, I can try to zoom down just a little bit more for you, but it's not. I don't really have a great deal of leeway here. I guess about right there, it's a good picture. What do you guys think about that? Is that a good picture for you? I think that one looks good. Okay. All right. Let me see here. All right. So drawing head shapes before features. So we'll go over here and we're going to look at, for my downloads. And so before we draw a caricature, what I like to do is I like to look at what shape of the head I am drawing first. Okay. Before I start thinking about what features, again, I want to put within that shape. So the way that I do that, hold on one sec. This is just not my day today, is it? Is it my day today? It is my day. Thanks, okay. So the way we do that is I'm going to demonstrate for you with this picture here. Okay. So to me, we're going to do this is how we would draw her face. We want to figure out what basic shape is closest to her face. Okay. And if you can see here, 1, 2, 3, that's kind of the shape that is closest to her face. We don't really need to look for perfect symmetry. In fact, a little bit of bad symmetry is actually good in your drawings. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So we have our head shape here. And then once we have our head shape, then we'll come around here, okay? And then we'll just kind of go around. So let me see here. You know what? I wonder, now, well, I can't do it that way, but I wonder if that's a thing. Probably affect the clarity of the video though, but let me see. So now we got one, right? Two, and then we got three. See what I'm saying? Okay, then we come over here. One, right? And then we have two. Okay, so there goes our basic head shape. Okay, now once we put our basic head shape down, we want to start by adding our features in. Okay, so we can do something very simple. I like to use the T square at first. So if you don't know what you're doing, at first just do a T square and it'll kind of help you to place your features. So what that is kind of something I'm just going to draw a T basically. So I'm going to do like the outside of the T shape first. Okay, that would be out here on the outside of the eyes. And then I'll come in to I'll go up to the eye shape, right? And I'll come down and go around to simulate what the nose is going to do, right? And then here I'll just come over. So this is the shape of her, and then here you'll see you have your eyebrows. Okay, here you have your mouth shape. Okay, so this helps you not to have to really worry so much in the beginning about all these different features. But if we just start adding, eyelashes, we separate in between here and we start putting our features, we can see that this is kind of where her eyes are going to go right here. Then you can see this is kind of where you get what I'm saying? Something like that. Okay, it's going to be something like this. Okay, so this is how I like to practice doing my head shapes. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice that a couple more times. Again, we're doing drawing head shapes before features. Okay, so get your pencils out. Let's work together on this. Yeah, today was a different kind of a day. All right, let's go forward again, guys. Okay. So we'll just pick another picture here. Okay. What about this one? All right, let me see here. So we have our head shape. Let's go for it. One. Okay. One. Two. Three. Okay. One. Two. Diamond, which is basically a square or a diamond shape, right? And then you have your three sides to the head shape. So you have your one, you have a two, and then you have a three. Okay? All of our hair is flowing that way. Okay? Just like so. All right. Now, let me see here. Let's get this out of it. Okay. Good on there. Y'all see my hold that for me, Bob. Yes, get Bob over here, man. So Bob can oversee what I'm doing over here, right? All right. Let me see here. So we're gonna go over here to let's see. We'll go to finish our ear shapes out and our neck shape. And then we're just going to go ahead and go into our shape here. So we could just, again, go real simple. Watch. We'll just go 1, 2, 3. Right? Just a simple T shape will do. Okay? And then you can see your shapes just kind of flow in right here. 1. Right? She has small lips. Right? So again, this is going to help you to be able to do your features without thinking so much, but it's like a practice almost, like by using that little T shape to put your features in there at first. Trust me, this is going to give you a good idea, and eventually you'll get away with it because you'll be able to see it in your head before you start. But yeah, get what I'm saying? It's real simple. So here we got mhm. All right. Okay. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Understand? Does that make sense? Everybody, does that make sense? It makes sense. Okay, great. All right, let's go to our next one then. Okay, we're just trying to get plenty of good footage here. Mission in mind. It took a lot for me to get started this morning, but I eventually got here, right? All right, let's do this head shape right here. Are you ready? So what we got here? We got a what kind of figure we got here? We got a, I say we have a I would say four-sided figure. Okay, so or let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Okay, what if I go one, right? And what if I go two, and then the other side is I'm following, and that's three. Okay, so I split it bottom sides like this. So I try to look at one side here, and one side here. And I try once if I want it to be a one line, I try not to pick my pencil. So if I'm saying a one means don't pick my pencil up while I'm doing the line. A two means I'm allowed to pick it up once, and a three says I'm allowed to pick my pencil up three times. You get what I'm saying? But in here, this would be the third side. So I'm just simply identifying it as the third side of a triangle, basically. You get what I'm saying? So then it's just a weirdly drawn triangle. Okay, so you want to be able to think of what the idea of something is. All right, now let me see here. We're going to go over to our rest of our head shape. So we're just going to go with a two-sided shape, one, maybe a three-sided, two, and then this here, three. So I got a one-sided figure. So I got a one. Okay, something like that. Okay, then I'm gonna go over here to the other side. I'm gonna go with how many figures we got? Three shapes here that I need. So I need I need this shape here. This is my foundational shape. That's a one. Then I got this shape here is a two, and then I got a shape behind it which is a three shape. Okay, this is the ear right here. Okay, over here we got a one-sided shape. Okay, and now I have my two-sided shape here, one and two, and then we're going to go ahead here and we're going to make a line like so, because this is going around the front of a cylinder, so we want to make sure this is round. Okay, we don't want to go none of this stuff right here. We want a round shape because the head is a round object. As in other words, when we draw on this, we always want to be aware that we're drawing on a cylinder, right? So things go around cylinders, right? Things don't just lay flat on a cylinder, they go around it. So you have to be thinking about that when you are drawing your pictures. Okay? All right, let's move up just a bit here. Okay, make sure we got good. Okay, cool, cool. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put our eyes in the picture, our features. Okay, so what we'll do here again is we'll figure out where our T shape goes. So we just basically do a regular T, right? And then we just come down here with our T shape. This allows us to be able to figure out where we want to place features at. Okay, and then we'll go with our U-shaped eyebrows here, and here, okay? And then I'll just drop down a space here. One, I'll go one, two, up, and out, right? And then I'll just do something like this, okay? Okay? All right. And this is the underside of the eye. So you can see here that when we place our eyes in this picture, even if we just place two circles here, we're going to get a very good likeness of him. See? Because the T-shape told me where to put things. You get what I mean? I don't need to think about where to go because the T-shape tells me everything I need to know. All right? So that is, again, how we're going to take the features, and we're going to do some more pictures. You draw along with me, don't forget, guys. And then we're going to keep showing you again, guys, why you should draw your features in the middle of your face or the outside of the face before you draw the inside, okay? And this happens to be a good draw along for you, so you can, draw along with me here, okay? Okay, there we go, okay? All right, now what if we wanted to make this guy, let's make another guy. Let's see, we already got her, we got her. What about, let's say, we'll try her face, okay? Here we go. All right, so this is going to be, this is going to be this shape here, okay? Okay? You see? Okay? Again, just an easy shape. Okay? Keep it simple. Okay. Just like that. Okay? All right. Now, let me see here. Let's go to our T shape here. Okay? Okay? Here, we should be able to see our face from here. Once we put these little shapes in here, we should be able to see where we want to go. Again, even if we put little circles right under the eyebrows, right? We're still going to get a good likeness. You don't have to have the exact right eye shapes. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That does not. That's these are. This is actually something I discovered while watching Family Guy. I was like, I don't even have to. I don't have to have any of this like exactly like it is in the picture, right? I could just have the general spacing that the regular caricature has, right? And you can see how I'm able to put a picture together very easily. Okay? Don't forget, guys, man, tips are awesome if you guys are benefiting from the stream today. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you for tipping. Okay? All right, let's see here. Let's go. I think that I'm not live on YouTube anymore. I think that's what's going on. I think that's what it is. But you know what? Oh, I am live. Hey, what's going on, Austin? I didn't see anybody because it's like it's not counting down. It's not doing anything, so I don't know what's going on over there. Okay, how you doing, Austin? Do me a favor, Austin. I know you just said type something, but type something again here. Something's going on because it's not showing me refresh. Okay, let's go with live chat. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me see something here. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on here. This thing, everything is freezing on my computer today for some reason. I'm going to draw caricatures at market this month. Okay, so it's just not any drama. Okay, cool, cool. So you're still here. I'm just trying to figure out, is TikTok still rolling? Hold on, let me see. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, there it is. Oh, something must be just going on with the feed between this and that. Hold on a sec, guys. Let me let me go to let's go here. Stop real quick. All right, hold on. Now let me go back and let's go to all right. It had looked like it had frozen. Okay, there we go. I guess that's all right. I don't know. Can you send photos at a live stream? Yeah. All you have to do is share them with me on Facebook, or if you have TikTok, you can share, and I'll just bring it up right here. Okay, then we'll go from there. Hey, that's pretty cool right there. I like that. Okay. So these are some easy eyes, some little circle eyes you can get away with just by using that little T shape, right? Okay, let's go with another uh, character here. All right, let's see if we're going to draw her face. Okay, we can go with, again, our head shape. Okay, and this head shape is, I like to call it my pile. The pile. All right, so I'm just looking at her hair. Do it this way, right? Right. I don't know, something like this, maybe. Okay. You see? Then you come over here. 1, 2, 3. And then the hair just kind of connects to the head like that. And then you got the lip shape. Okay? So just like that. Now we can just put we can put some ovals under here, like ovals or circles. See the ovals right there? And then we'll just put some circles inside the ovals. Add our little nose shape there. Reflections on our lipstick. And add some eyelashes. You get what I'm saying? So everything comes out real nice. Okay? She kind of reminds me of the girl from Destiny's Child a little bit. Kelly Rowland. That's what she reminds me of a little bit. If that's not even her, I don't know. Is that her? I don't know. Okay, let me see here. All right, let's go to our next face. Let's see here. What about this face here? Let's turn over our paper. Can you draw Dart Sidious? Who is that? Dart Sidious. I never heard of that before. Yeah, we'll check it out there. We'll check it out in a minute, Austin. Let me see. So what about this one here? Let's start. Let's do. You know what? We got a 1. We got a a 2, and then a 3, right? Then we got 1, 2, 3, and then we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, just like that. Okay. All right, now let's go to what's going on. Ella, how are you today? All right, let's go to our ear shapes. 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, okay. All right, now I'm gonna go to my eye shape. So I'm gonna go somewhere around here. If I want to make the eye shapes big, I just do something like this with my T, and then I make it like this, right? Then I put my eyebrow shapes pretty thick. He has some thick eyebrows, right? And then I can go with my mouth shape here, just to go like 1, 2, like that, right? Okay, then we come here, and we go around the face, and then we draw our little piece down here at the bottom. Okay? So we have all sides of our shape already in there. Okay? Hold on. One sec, guys. Okay, let me see here. I gotta repeat. Let's add some. Let's go to the. All right, all right. Let me see. Now we're gonna put some eyes in here. So for these eyes right here, I could use squares, right? I could use anything I want to. I could put a square right here and a square right here, right? And then put like a little eyelid over the top of it and then put my eye in there. See? Because what I do is I don't draw, I draw what feels like the shape. I don't draw what is the shape. And so that's the difference between being able to be creative with this and then just drawing just to be drawn. You get what I'm saying? Because you're trying to. So if you want to improve, you got to learn how to put a little bit of. You got to put a little bit of soul with your with your analytics. You know what I mean? You can't just be analytical all the time. This is not an analytical. This is not an analytical practice, friends. It is caricature 101, right? I'm not telling you any tricks. Yeah, okay. Also, guys, real quick, don't forget if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget that you can, let me, where's my other page? We have one-on-one classes here, guys, so if you want to take a class with me, you can take a class at rouserworld.com/classes. Love to have you guys and teach you guys how to draw some caricatures. Also, Patreon is our fan support page. Without you guys, it would be no us. So I would appreciate it if you guys would check out our Patreon page just to see if we could, possibly get some more fan support because we need it. Telling you. to, to keep reaching out. And then finally, guys, tips are awesome. If you feel like you're benefiting from the stream today, you want to tip. Tips are awesome, guys. You can tip at browserworld.com, at Cash App $ Browser World. Okay, there it is for you right there. All right, so let's go ahead, guys, and we're going to go back to our drawings. I like this little idea here of being able to use whatever kind of shape you want for your eyes. I mean, if you want to use, as you see here, I use squares, right, with the eyebrows, but then over here, I could do the same idea, right? Okay. Okay. And then I can say, I could get his eyes to go up like this, right? And then I can use anything I want. I can use, let's say I use this shape right here. This is more like the actual general shape of his eye, but your eye changes shape so much that this is very similar to the shape that's in the picture. Okay, so what shape is it that I drew? Well, I simply drew this shape here. Over here, I use these shapes here, right? So if I'm using different shapes, then that would be like a logical deduction then that's not what really makes you look like you. You know what I mean? It's where you put the eye shapes, okay? So this is him in one setting. This is him in a whole nother setting. You get what I mean? Okay. So let's go ahead and maybe we could even do it with emotions, and I can show you some of those too as well. All right. In fact, let me go over here real. Hold on. Where's it? S-H-A-P. Basic shapes, images. I'm not looking up there. I'm looking up emojis. Excuse me. E-M O-O-J-I. Okay, here we go. Images. Okay. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna put these over here. How hot is it over here, Austin? It is. I don't know how hot it is. It's probably about 80-something degrees this week. We expected some crazy weather this week, so I don't know down here in this coastal bend what's going to be going down. But here we can do the emotions of him, right? So let's just say we can take his face and we can do like this, right? And we can say we can go 1 and 2, right? Look, 1, 2, right? And then look, we can go with an open eye here. We can go with a shut eye over here, right? Get what I'm saying? Something like that, right? And we still can have, then we had his little mouth shape here. We can make him, happy, right? If we want, right? You get what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do. All of these can be his character depending on what you're trying to accomplish, okay? So you want to know what that character is thinking or feeling before you start doing it. But the most important takeaway is to remember the head shape is like the thing that we need to be doing first before we start our caricature, okay? So here, let's go ahead to our next picture. And let's make sure we got a good, right there. I just want to make sure you guys can see pretty good. Is that a good angle, guys, on TikTok? I just want to make sure you guys can see everything pretty good. I had to do it like this today because I'm having some technical difficulties with my Streamlabs. So I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall it today, and we'll try to do it again. All right, so here, what do we have? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I turned here, 1, turn, right, turn, turn, turn. Mm, 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 mm. 5. Okay. And then I have 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I got 3 sides on the top. Then I'll come over here and I'll do my shape. 1, 2. Look at that nose that he's got. Got a kind of round nose, kind of short, stubby round. Okay. And then we want to make sure that we get this way his eyebrows just sit here. And they just kind of go together, right? Want to get that hairline in there too. Right? Like that. Crab claw. Okay. And then we have our lip shape here. So we're going to go, okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now let's go here. Go to the bottom. Draw that W shape. Okay. You can see here is where all of our features will go. And then we have our eyes. So what I can do here is I can use any shape I want. If we use something simple, we can just use little circles. Okay, that's simple. So all you got to do is do that and put the eye in there. And then do all the corrections afterwards. Okay, you can see here is a 1 and a 2. Okay, our ear shapes will go out here. And then our other ear shape over here. And then we have a neck shape that comes down like so. Okay. Okay. And then down here, we just kind of go around the whole character. Okay, so you see how that T shape really helps you out when you're drawing a caricature, because you don't have to think about where to put the face features, right? It's pretty cool. I'm having the time of my life right now. Let me see. Let's do this. 1, 2, 1. There we go. Okay. We got that character there. Let's see here. Let's go to another one. Oh, look at that. We got a bunch of characters. All right, let's go with number 1 here. All right. Let's see if you got enough room over here. We should be able to fit about 2 to 3 on each page. Okay. So for this one, I think I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then I'm gonna go 1, 2. Okay. You can see her hair comes off of this little situation like this. Okay. And then you have your neck shape here. Okay. Now we're going to go with our rounded off top of the head, or we can go with the ear shapes first. It doesn't matter, but let's see here. Let's go with 1, and then let's go with 2. Okay, And then let's go with this bun. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Awesome. Let's go with the ear shapes here. 1, 2. Okay. And then inside here, what type of paper would you use when you sell the caricature at a stand? I use Austin. I use standard. I use a 18 by 12 sheet, a standard 18 by 12 piece of paper. So it's pretty long and narrow. Not too narrow, but it's good enough to fit like a good amount of people. So I like that paper because sometimes I get requests to draw like a lot of people. I've had to draw 30 people in a caricature before. So it's like, or 15 or 20 people. So I like to have a lot of space to be able to do that with. So they sit around. Even though we can draw pretty much a family of 5 or 10 right here, we don't. We want to be able to see their faces. You know what I mean? Now we're gonna go with our. We're gonna find our eye shapes here. So if I want to make my eye shapes big and luxurious, I might make the top of my T shape very big and tall and wide, and then I'm gonna study the shape of the nose a little bit, so I can see a round a roundness to her nose at the bottom as it tapers out. So I will or a squarish kind of a round. So I want something round here, and then I want something that goes. I want to go up 1, 2, 3, and then down, and then I just put my lips here and here. Okay. Now we got our eyebrow shapes. 1, right? 2. Right? Okay, and then we'll just put our eyes in there. So we can go with some simple eyes that are really nice and big circles. Okay, and then I just put my eyelid in there and my eye, right? And my eyeball or eye pupil or whatever, and then I just put some little lashes there. Okay. All right, and then we got 2 little circles, 1 and 2, with a little bit of roundness on top and bottom of the nose. So we got an excellent cartoon there. That looks great. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then maybe something in the middle right there. Okay. Is it thick or thin? It's regular paper. You'd want to have. I have a. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me. Cherish is not here today. Where is she when I need her? Oh no, she's a week. She's working today. That's where she's at. But I'm gonna give you guys my Amazon link, and then the Amazon link will tell you kind of what paper and everything I'm using. So and if you buy it through Amazon and you go through the link I send you, then it also helps us. So I'll give you guys the information. Okay. So just give me a minute and I'll have that. I'll get it. I'll get the link for you. Or I'll have my wife put it up there for you. She's somewhere around here. All right. Let's get with this guy right here. So we got a little space right here. Let's go with this guy. Okay. So what we got? We got a 1. We got a 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm counting the sides of the shape. When you hear me count, what I'm doing is I'm counting sides. Okay, so I'll know when to turn. In my head, I'm always counting. Okay, then we gotta go right here. We're gonna go with something. We're gonna go with a nice thin T shape here into a big shape here. Okay, and then to this shape here. Watch. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can go like this. 1, 2. Right? Then we go 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. We got a good caricature there. 1, 2. Okay, so there we go. Oh, you got to go. Okay, awesome. Hey, what's going on, Debbie? How are you today? What's going on? All right, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Strazine. Okay, and today we're teaching about drawing head shapes and T. It's long. Looks like I'm going doing more head shapes and T shapes than anything else, right? So these are our 3 pictures that we did so far. You can see in the middle here, we've added some little T shapes, right, to help us to be able to see our character right there. Okay. Okay. So you gotta kind of study how the head how it comes off of that shape, and that'll be it. That'll be easier. So let's just say like then you'll know where you need to be at it within the shape. So you can go either or way, but beginners, again, I do recommend that you stay with the standard way of doing the head shape first and then coming back and doing the other shape last, okay? All right, so let's go here, make sure we got a good, everybody can see pretty good. Okay. All right. I missed Saturday because I had trouble finding. Oh no, Debbie, I didn't stream on Saturday. I had an event Saturday morning, so I didn't get to stream that day. So you're perfectly fine. Let me see here and here. Okay, and I'm gonna go here. Okay. All right. So here we go, guys. So we're gonna go. Here we go. We're just gonna do 4 of them. Here we go. So you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, then we got 1, 2, 3, and down. And then we got 1, 2, and 3. Okay? 1. He's a big neck guy. 1, 2. Okay? So we got our whole head shape just like that, okay? Real simple. All right, then we come back and we put our shapes in. 1 big shape, represent the nose and the mouth. Then we put a shape to represent our eyebrows. Okay, then we put a shape to represent the lips. Okay. Okay. And then we just put our eyes in there. We can use whatever shape we want. I don't feel anything whimsical about his eyes, so I might use any shape any shape that's square or has straight sides on it to work. So I mean, like literally, I could use this shape right here. Let me show you. Watch. So again, I look for a shape that tells me what that feels like his eyes, not is his eyes. His actual eye shape is drawn like this. Right? That's his actual eye shape. Okay? But this doesn't look like that to me. This doesn't feel like that to me. In fact, this feels more like him to me than that does. So it's because realism and cartoons are two different things. Cartoons a lot of times deal with your feeling plus logic, but more toward the feeling side. Real life is mostly you trying to go logic first and then sprinkling some feelings. You get what I'm saying? So it's really all about where you're putting your emphasis. Okay, got a little mustache there, and then we'll just color it in right here. One, two. See? Real simple. Okay. All right. Let me see. Oh, all right, Austin. God bless you too, man. Thank you for coming out. All right. I don't even know how long I've been streaming, dog. This thing been locking up on me. The program itself is locking up, but I imagine we're still live, so I'm not gonna mess with it. So anyway, it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. So we got, I think, one or two more, and then guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Okay, this is older lady. Let's see what we got here. Arrugas. Arrugas is wrinkles, right? All right, so let me see here. She has a. So this is what we're going to do here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, it's like so. All right, now we're gonna go with our T shape. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Okay, and then we got our eye shape, so we can do any shape we want to. For this one, I don't know, I'm feeling triangles for some reason. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we can just add wrinkles or our rule, guys. Por aquí. Yes. Okay. So real simple. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Oh wait. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I had to extend my time there. Okay, so this is going to be my last one, and then after this, I'll go ahead and we'll tackle the word of the day. Okay, let me see who we can go with here. I guess everybody. There's no really hard pictures here, so I guess we can go. We can finish up with a young person here. Let's try the little fella here. Okay, so now with children, they don't have all the sides to their face. So what I tend to do there is I'll just go with a 1, 2, 3. Okay, then go up, and I know that 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna go here, 1, 2. Okay, and then I'm gonna go. Let me see here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, and then we have our 1 and 2. All right, now we're going to do our top head shape, which is okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, something like that. Then 1, 2. Okay, and then we're going to go with our T shape here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Smaller nose shape in relation to the eyes. And then we have our shape here. 1, 2, 3. 1. And then we have our T shape. 2. 1, 2, 1. And then we'll put our eye shapes. 1, 2. Eyebrow shapes. The eye shapes, what am I feeling about this? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to use circular eye shapes. So I'm going to go with should I go with the heavier shape? Okay, so I'm going to go with a circle. Okay? And then if I want to make it look like he's smiling a little bit, then I can just bring this, I can make a little bit of a line right here. Okay, at the bottom of that circle. And then I just put my eyeball right here. Okay, like that. And we'll put our little lighting in there, and then our little eyeball. You see? So that's how that would be. And then he has his little nose shape and some freckles. Okay? So that's a real simple little cartoon drawing of him. Okay? Don't forget, guys, if you feel like you're benefiting from the stream today, go ahead and take a class with me at rouserworld.com/classes, and I'll take care of you guys. Okay, hope to meet you and do a class with you. Also, I have my Patreon page. So if you'd like to support us on Patreon, our fan support page is Patreon. You can go there, check out some behind the scenes videos. And in fact, we just got a new mini course tier that's really awesome. And it shows you and breaks down all of these concepts that I'm showing you, kind of gives you my in my head process. So I think that you can really appreciate that. And then finally, guys, tips are awesome. If you feel like you benefited from the stream, thank you for tipping. Okay? All right, let me see here. All right, let's go back and let's do our. What did we say? We had one last one, and then we're gonna. Oh, that was our last one actually. I think it was. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to close that screen out. We're gonna take the paper, put it over here. We're not gonna be doing any more models for today. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go into our word of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and close these screens out here. Okay, let's close that one out. And I'm just going to go over here to my music and okay. All right, guys. So that is our drawing stream for today. We kind of changed course in the middle, so I decided to go with the T-shape idea to show you like how to use the T-shape to be able to draw your caricature. Okay. So now we're going to do a word of the day. That's like it's like a portion of my stream that we dedicate to to sharing the scripture. Right? God has done so many amazing things for me personally. You know, healed relationships, healed mental states, healings from addictions, depression, anxiety. You know, all the things that we just kind of go through. Life just makes us go through some stuff sometime, and then we be like, um, sometimes we just be that close from going over the edge a little bit, and I feel that. So that's why I say so anchored to God, because my hope is to meet, one day meet God and to be with loved ones again, and to not have to experience, it's going to be all good. I got this. It's like I feel like it's going to be definitely well worth it. I know it's going to be well worth it, and that is the reason for my hope. You know, I have hope because I have God. Other than that, I don't feel like there's hope for in this life. Because of what? What do you hope for? To go to the Bahamas? You hope for to go to the. You get what I'm saying? The only thing hope I feel like can really be tied to is is like purpose. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I share this because it was something that worked for me, and then and it cleared some things up. And so if I could bring that same, so today I'm going to do our word of the day. Our word of the day today is going to be about checking your fruit, right? Checking the fruit, okay? And no, not the fruit like a banana fruit, but the fruit, this word right here means that word, right? Means the things you produce, okay? If something keeps coming from you, or you consistently do something on a regular basis, that would be considered a fruit. For instance, um, if you like to hug people a lot because you're an affectionate person, and so you like to hug people, and you like to uh, be empathetic toward them and sympathetic toward them when they're going through things, right? If you like to help people, that might be a fruit, right? A checking of the fruit, a checking of the condition. So if you follow a pattern of doing bad, most of your actions are all to hurt others. Your attitude is generally bad. You don't like to smile. Like sometimes I draw when I draw caricatures for a living. If you didn't know that, but sometimes I'm drawing and the person says to me, I don't smile. When I ask them to smile from the caricature, they want to get drawn, but they don't want to show teeth or smile. That might be a condition. That's a fruit. There's a condition of the heart. They might see it as a light thing, but it really is a very heavy thing. When you cannot, because laughter is the best medicine. It's better than any medicine. The best medicine you can have. It's going to keep you young and vibrant and hopeful. Laughter, right, is one of the best medicines you could have. But if you can't bring yourself to use a God given reaction to show pleasure, right, to show happiness, to show hope is a smile, right, then that says a lot about attitude. And of course, your lifestyle. I can tell more about a person. I can tell when a person walks up and says, I want to take a class with you, Rouser. Okay. Or I'm interested in drawing. Some people tell me at work because I'm a caricature artist, quite naturally, other artists talk to me and they'll ask me, how did I get into caricature? Or they'll tell me about their interest in art as a lifestyle. But then I'll see the types of drawings that they have, right? And the types of drawings are demons, dragons, you know, black fingernails, black teeth, black hair. I can tell what their lifestyle is based off of the fruit because the drawing is just a drawing. But the spirit on that drawing is unmistakably yours because it came from your hand. And you cannot produce something that is not within you to produce. Let me say again, you cannot produce something that is not within you to produce. We'll go back to the smile. If you cannot smile at some level, there's nothing in you to warrant a smile. That's why you don't smile. There's a negative consequence attached to smiling in your brain. That's why you don't do it. Because it's a natural human response that God gave all human beings. He gave us happiness, sadness. He gave us emotions as almost like, I guess, a barometer to tell where we're at in our, in our energy that day. So others can tell. One of the clearest passages is in Galatians where it contrasts the works of the flesh with the fruit of the spirit. Okay, and that is true because you can tell a tree by the fruit that it bears. You can tell who a person is by the works that they do. By their fruit you will recognize them, it says in Matthew chapter 7 and verse 16. In Galatians, let's go there. All the Asians, right? Philippians, Colossians, Thessalonians, Galatians is back this way. Okay. In Galatians 5, right here, and we're in 5:19 through 23. So let's go there. All right, here it says, Paul lists the things that show the fruit of what's inside of you. He listed them here. Let me read this to you. It's pretty thought-provoking. when you follow the desires of your sinful nature, that means the desire to do what is contrary to hope, what is contrary to life, what is contrary to love. The reason, because sin acts in opposition to those things. Your lifestyle will look something like this. Your pattern will look something like this. Your actions will look something like this. Your pattern will look something like this. I'm not here to judge your pattern because only you know what your pattern is. It's not like you told me this, but here's a list of those things. It says, when you follow the desires of your sinful nature, the results are very clear. Sexual immorality, right? Sleeping with a lot of people, having no respect for your temple, your body, just giving out your pearls to swines, right? Anything that has the word sex in front of it, you just say yes, thank you, and, right? You don't know how to say no to that. So that's what one of those things are. I don't know if that's anyone here. I'm just saying that this is what the scripture says. The results, and I'm reading this for myself because this applies to me too. Bible study, guys. The results are very clear. Okay? Sexual immorality, impurity, lustful pleasures. Okay? So you'll know, again, that first whole part right there deals with just being out of control sexually. Anything that has that word in front of it rocks your boat. Anything that can help you to get into that arena, into that doorway, you'll do it. I can tell, I know what that is because I was there. I remember that. I remember being a young guy, wanting to sleep around all the time. Never did I think about any of those women. And how I was affecting their lives, or even how I was affecting my own life, or even what God had to say about it. But I can relate. What else does it say here? It says idolatry. That means that we'll idolize something over God, whether it's a pair of glasses, or a car, or a house, or some money, or a new position, right? Or even yourself, right? You idolize yourself over everybody else. That could be an idol. You can be your own idol. Yep. Sorcery. Okay. Hostility. You're always wanting to fight. Sorcery, practicing witchcraft, reading tarot cards, all that kind of stuff. Thinking when the Bible says that no man knows the future, nobody knows what's going to happen next. You're hostile, again, always angry, quarreling, jealousy, always jealous maybe of what others have. We may see from ourselves outbursts of anger, right, as a fruit of the sinful nature. How do we know we're going in the wrong way? We start doing these things. That's what we're talking about. We're selfish. We don't want to give to anyone except ourselves. We have selfish ambition. Your whole conversation is about you. It's only about, I watched the David Chappelle skit a long time ago. And I remember, I just found it funny because the guy was saying, it's all about me, and I hope only all the good things in the world happen to me and everything bad happens to you. It's all about me. That's what David, but he was playing a joke. But this is the thought process, a real thought process when you're controlled by the sin nature. We have selfish ambition, dissension. That means that every time you always have to be the dissenter in a situation. You always have to be the one to go against something, right? You never want to do what's right for the group. You only want to do what's right for you, right? Division, right? If your house is divided, if you are married and you live in a house with your wife and then you have a division, Your kids don't talk to each other, or you have it. Some people have it generationally in their family. There are families that have had generations of division, envy, drunkenness, wild parties, and other sins like these. Let me tell you again, as I have before, that anyone living that sort of life will not inherit the kingdom of God. But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives. Love, it makes us love, which is thinking about others, thinking in the best interest of others, and not just thinking, but doing what's in the best interest of others. So what that looks like is different compared to for the situation. Okay? We have joy, we have peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. Now these things I saw started to come from me as an individual. In fact, my wife says she never wants to see the old me again. But it's when Jesus comes into your heart and the Holy Spirit transforms the condition of your heart, the fruit that you will produce is different. So I love people now. And then I have joy in my heart because I have hope in what God is doing. I have bought real estate. You know, my pastor talked about a scripture where it said, a man, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man that found a treasure in a field. He walked up to the treasure, he looked at it, and then and then what he did was he left, found enough money to buy the whole field. He sold everything he had and bought not just the place where the treasure is at, he bought the whole field. He wanted everything that had to do with that treasure. And when that happens, when you experience that, when you sell out for God, you start getting that joy because now you believe, you understand there's a tomorrow. You believe it because faith is the evidence of things unseen, right? And the things you hope for, the faith is the evidence of it. So this is all attached to what you choose to believe. And whether you think so or not, you have faith. You just have faith in whatever you have faith in. Right now, if you're telling me this is all right, what God's talking about God, I don't believe in that. Right? You have faith in there's no God. You have bought stock in that. You bought the whole field. And you sold everything you got. You throwing all your chips in like a gambling bet. That this is life is about living, dying, and there's nothing in between. Right? So you'll never, and I can see where that mentality would be pretty miserable, and can cause you to not have these joy, love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against these things. Okay, so let's finish up. So let's talk about that fruit. What does the fruit tell us about you? What do the things that you do tell us about you? The first thing, and I'm gonna do three things. I want to keep it, where we are leaving with something here today because we're studying. Okay. Uh, the first thing, your fruit reveals your root. Your fruit reveals your root. I can tell whether your roots are in good condition by the fruit on the tree. A dentist can tell whether your teeth are healthy, right? By the root. Does he wants to see because if the root is bad, right? When he x-rays and he goes down there and he looks at that root, okay, he can see what's causing the problem with your tooth, right? And how they can fix that tooth. So your fruit reveals your root. A tree doesn't have to announce what kind of tree it is. The fruit it reveals tells us what kind of tree it is. So the same of this is true for spiritual things. If anger, lust, bitterness, confusion, pride, gossip, and selfishness constantly dominate our actions, we shouldn't just excuse it. We should examine the root. In fact, if you really read the Bible, self-analysis is biblical. It says to know thyself. You have to study yourself. You have to be your own psychiatrist. You got to go in and look and see what's coming out of you so you can see how to fix those things that are not desirable for your life. Examine yourselves, it says, to see whether you are faithful in 2 Corinthians. Some people will just say, like, I'm trying not to sin, or excuse me, or that's just the way I am. Some people say that. They'll say when they start acting a certain way, they'll say they think they can't. When you don't have God, you'll say things like that because you don't believe, you don't have a hope. So you want to put, our tendency is to put things in a situation where it's not our fault. A common thing is my daughter, sometimes she be going to school and she got a homework assignment done, the homework right here, and it's due on, let's say, the 13th, but she don't have the homework that day. Well, then she would be like, well, my teacher didn't say that it was actually due that day, or there was a lot of noise going on in the classroom, or I didn't get to school. It's every excuse in the book except I just didn't do the homework. Does that make sense? We try to turn it into something that we don't have control over. Therefore, we can't do anything about it. And therefore, how we justifying staying there is okay. That's just how I am. Or you'll say, well, everybody struggles with stuff, right? You know, it's no big deal that I'm doing this. Everybody struggles. Everybody's human, right? That kind of stuff. Or my favorite, God knows my heart, right? Yeah, He knows in your heart you want to do whatever you want to do more than what He told you to do. That's what He knows in your heart. Because the thing is if you keep going back and doing something, ooh, Harry, if you keep going back and doing something, that means you like it. And that means that is your heart. And that means God knows your heart. And that is what you will be judged upon. When you stand before God, you can't go up there and say, you know my heart. He'll say, yeah, I knew that's you love that. You idolize this thing more than you cared about me and the purpose that I sent you here for. Scripture